Go.
Hey guys, I'm David Byers. I am a wood turner and this is a wood turning channel. That's what this is all about. I like to take unusual pieces of wood and I add epoxy resin and I pigment it with bright, most of the time bright, mica powder to create different colors and different appearances with the wood. And I'm making bowls and vases and platters and different kinds of objects. Anything that I can turn on the lathe, that's what I'm going to try to make. So this week, our project, I'm going to take a piece of walnut that in the past I've used this block of walnut as a base in some of my shows for other pieces of art to sit on top of. And I just decided, you know, this looks so good, I'm going to turn it into something. And it has this crease down the middle. It had bark filled all inside that. And I took a hammer and a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, and just cleaned out the bark. And then I took my wire brush and attached it to my lathe and cleaned up the outside so that it will fit to this bucket really well. Now I bought a bigger bucket because I just bought a bigger lathe. I'm using the Laguna Revo 1836 now. It's got an 18.5-inch swing over the bed. This bucket measures 14.5 or 14 inches on the bottom, and at the top we've got 16.5 inches of clearance, so plenty of room for this to fit on my lathe. And I think it's going to be a great project as we get into it. I'm going to pigment this rich walnut wood with emerald green mica powder. Those two just really go together well, and I think it's going to turn out great. So hey, let's get to it. Going backwards here just a little bit, I found some of the footage of me removing the bark from this crease. Just thought that I would show this to you because it's really quite satisfying when the bark separates from the wood pretty well. And you can see how I'm just pulling it out here, creating these pieces. This is it finished. This opened up pretty good. That's going to fill in with epoxy pretty well. Want you to see the size bucket I'm using. Look at this vacuum chamber. Not going to fit. Look at my pressure pot. Not going to fit. So instead, you're going to see after I pour the epoxy, I have to use a flame coming back to chase the bubbles. Can't use the vacuum chamber, can't use the pressure pot this time. Okay guys, so I got too excited, realized that I was going ahead and chewing things in and I never turned the camera on. So in essence what I've done is I've connected a waste block, a small waste block, off the bottom of the bowl as it came out of the bucket. I'm cleaning up this side so I can connect another waste block, and then I can flip it back around, remove this small waste block, and put a bigger one, better one that will connect it and hold it stronger since this is so heavy. So that's what I've been doing. I was already trimming up on the outside a little bit. I got carried away. I apologize. So you didn't get to see that footage. But let's get back to it. All right, guys, let's close this video out. I could not be more pleased with how this spectacular bowl turned out. With the dark, rich walnut color and the green epoxy that we added, pigmented with black diamond, is the company that makes this emerald green color is what they label it as. But I'm sorry, emerald green is pretty, but to me this just looks Kelly green. And these two colors, this rich walnut color and this green, they complement each other. And to me it just looks like a Celtic bowl. And to go along with that, I'm going to zoom in and show you, I named this one Green Sleeves. I just think that fits perfectly. The character that's in this bowl with this cleft that's going down, separating the two pieces of wood from this original base that we had, the character that is in the walnut with the green rim of epoxy going around the top. We have this divot in this area and this other divot in this area. To me, I just think that this is a gorgeous piece. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. Now, during the instrumentation portion of the video, you saw that I did core this out, and I did not use a special coring tool. Haven't purchased that yet. I'm going to have to upgrade with a new bigger lathe that I bought, the Laguna Revo 1836. I'm very pleased with how it's working so far. I like the stability of it, but I've got to upgrade some of my other accessories to go along with it. The core that I was able to remove, that I used I cored by turning first as deep as I could and coming in at an angle, which by the way is not very safe. Do not try this at home. But then once I got close enough, I took a makeshift chisel and a hammer, and I just hammered it out slowly until I could get it to separate and then finish turning. The core that came out, this measures about 10 inches in diameter. So I'm going to be able to create something pretty from this. The bowl itself measures right at 14 3/4 inches across in diameter. It's just a little bit over 4 inches, maybe 4 1/8 of an inch standing tall. And the lathe that I have, I'll be able to add an additional 3 to 4 inches in diameter with pieces that I'm making. And when I come out that much further and I make pieces that are higher, being able to go bigger and more stable just opens up more possibilities for things that we can create. And as you've probably heard me say before, a day where we can create something is a good day indeed. And this has not been just a good day, but a good week creating this bowl. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you'll give me a thumbs up and like what we've been doing and subscribe to my channel so we can just keep on doing this. Thanks again. I hope to see you in the future.